Welcome back, everybody, to the GGBL. Guys, we have the ALCS and the NLCS here in part number 1. Part 2 will cover another section of the championship series. So, a little spoiler alert there, but those of you guys that have watched the purple platform of the Twitch streams, you guys know how this all ends. So, no spoilers in the comments, please. No spoilers in the comments for the live chat here tonight. Guys, letting you know, tomorrow will be part 2. So we got part 1 here for the ALCS, NLCS. Part 2 will post in the morning tomorrow, so if you guys really want to get yourself all prepared for the World Series, the GGBL World Series that will stream at 4 o'clock over there on the purple platform. So guys, let's get right into it. Dakota Hudson was pitching pretty good right there. Got 2 quick, easy outs. Gave up that base hit here to Joey Wendell, but he's going to get tossed up by Jorge Alfaro. And then we turn it over here to Shane Bieber that doesn't get the respect from MLB The Show, man. No graphic there for Shane Bieber showing how good that he's been for the St. Louis Maroons team here so far in the playoffs for year number 1. So he's going to get the quick, easy out there. Here's a little ground ball. The short makes a little flip over to Kivlahan at first, and that's going to be 2 quick outs here for the Maroons. Nice play. No. Oh, a little bobble there. And C.J. Abrams can't make the play, guys. So there is a runner on base now. 2-2 count. Josh Akemi. Long fly ball, deep to center field. Durand giving chase, but no, it's going to be over the wall, but somehow popped on the back onto the field of play. Weird little deflection there. Maybe it was somebody in the stands just had rock hard hands. There's no soft hands out there in the stands. Come on, man. The fans got to be better out here. It's a baseball town, right? Carolina Blue Sox. Come on, guys. You got to make that catch. Got to make that catch. All right, full count here. Runner on second base. Pedro Leon going to strike out in the bottom of the second. Here's Greg Allen. Good pitch to hit on a 3-1 is going to lift a fly ball to Durand. He makes the play, and the Maroons are out of this second inning. So good inning by Shane Bieber, even though he got that runner on scoring position at second. Good inning nonetheless. Sweeney's going to strike out. Can't get the lumber off the shoulder. But you know who can? Juan Soto puts an absolute charge into this shot. 438 feet. To straight dead away center field. My goodness. Off the batter's eye, too. Dude, that is some pure power right there from Juan Soto. Look at that beautiful swing. And the Blue Sox are up 3-0. Here's Seiko Ichiman going the opposite field. That's going to drop at the wall. And it's going to score 1. Seiko rounded second. Headed for third. Could have had triple, maybe, but Shane Bieber giving up 4 earned runs in 4 innings. It has not been a very good outing here at game number 1. But we do get a base hit here, and that's going to be the first run scored for St. Louis here in the top of the 4th inning. Now Kivlahan is going to ground out here to Seiko. A little flip to second base. And that's going to do it for the St. Louis push there in the top of the 4th. Now bottom of the 4th inning, we got Pedro Leon, who struck out earlier, is going to make Bieber pay for that one. He's going to send it all the way to the wall. He's rounding second and heading for third. The throw is not in time. It was there. The throw was there. Just couldn't get the tag down, but the run will score, guys. The run will score. And we get a home run here. A solo shot by Kendall Simmons. The second baseman for the Maroons. Going to get them to a 5-2 deficit. So that triple turned into a run on a sac fly for Carolina, but they do get that run back with that solo home run now. Here we have a pitching change at the top of the 6th inning as we jump a little bit ahead here. That's Brandon Waddle. He's going to come in. And we got a base knock here for St. Louis. And a little ground ball. Could be a double play. And no, Seiko dropped it. But the runner at second will be called out. But Andrew Donovan, the rookie, the custom prospect, is going to get on first base for the fielder's choice. Now, Kyle Tucker comes up, gets a base knock. Now here's Jaron Durand. That's going to be a base knock right in front of the left fielder. That's Pedro Leon. Fires it to home. Could be a close play, but a little bit off. And it's now a 5-3 game. JT Shargoy going to come in, and he's only pitched 2/3 of an inning. And he's got to face off against Patrick Kivlahan, and a 1-1 count going to send it to the opposite side of the field. That's going to score at least 1 run. Good play out there by Soto just to get the ball back in. It's only going to score 1. So 5-4 game. Now here we go, a little looper. It's going to be caught by Luis Arias. We got 2 outs. Kendall Simmons comes on up, hit that solo home run earlier. Love the fly ball here to Greg Allen, and the inning is over. But at least if you're a St. Louis fan, they're coming back a little bit. They're coming back. And then just as I say that, Jorge Alfaro goes deep for a solo home run. 420-foot shot for Alfaro, and Carolina, again, gets a couple runs back. They get 1 run back here. It's now 6-4. Bottom 6. Here's Leon going to strike out. 2 outs. Bottom 6. Greg Allen striking out as well. All right. Well, that's the end of the 6th inning. Let's go to Ranger Suarez's appearance against St. Louis. Let's see if the Maroons can get anything across here in their top half of the 7th. Sweeney's going to get on with a base knock. That's a good start. He's going to take off here as well. He's going to try to steal, and Jorge Alfaro can't get the throw down. Sweeney's just been really good at stealing bases, man. He's one of the best in the GGBL. Now take a look here. He's going to take off for third. He slides in safely. 2 stolen bases for Sweeney in this at-bat. Now Alfaro he's been testing him today. He's been testing him already. Now this swing was not very good. Joey Wendell going to strike out. They needed that sac fly. They really needed that. Or just a base hit. You know, just anything that's going to score that run. They absolutely needed it, and they can't get it done. As Andrew Donovan going to ground out, and it remains 6-4. Now here is a base hit up the middle. Now Carolina got a little something brewing here to try to put the Maroons away here in game number 1. Austin Bryce going to check into this game now. After that base knock, you got runners on first and second. That's the situation. Soto is going to draw a walk. It's now bases juiced with nobody down, and Josh Akemi draws a walk. He's going to walk in a run. Now 7-4 in the 7th. 3-2 count. That's strike 3 called. Inside corner. And Ichiman probably didn't like the call, but it's going to be a K. Either way, that rhymed. Grant Gavin checks in. Base hit. That's unfortunate. Got 2 runners are going to score. It's going to be now 9-4 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And you're running out of outs if you're St. Louis, and you're running out of runs to give up. Really, that's really what it comes down to. Look at this deep shot here to foul territory. That's Kyle Tucker out there, but that runner is going to score. It is now 10-4, and it's just not looking good if you're a St. Louis fan here for game number 1. Now here's a ground ball to Arias in the top of the 9th, and that is going to do it for game 1. Carolina takes the game here, and they're going to get a game 2 at home. Then they'll have to travel to St. Louis for 3 games. And then they'll go back home if a Game 6 or Game 7 is forced. But so far, St. Louis, 10 hits and 4 runs. That was the story. They kept with Carolina's offense, really, if you look at the hit column. But when it comes to runners in scoring position and just driving those guys in, finding a way to get the run across, they just didn't get it done. So, unfortunate loss for St. Louis, but they'll try again in game number 2, which will be simulated, by the way. If it does get to 1-1, we'll simulate game 3. If it's a 2-0 lead for Carolina, we have to get into gameplay. So that's how this is going to be run, guys, so that we can get through these series and we can get into part 2 here tomorrow. So here we go. Capitol Field. This is one of the pre-built stadiums from MLB The Show, and it just fits perfectly with Washington, the Swamp Monsters, right? Drain the swamp, so to speak. Yu Darvish checking in here as the starter for the Swamp Monsters. He gets an early strikeout, but this is going to be a deep shot by Will Wilson. That one could have gotten out, and Bryce Harper says, let's go that way again. Let's try that again over there. So we got a double for the league MVP with 2 down against Darvish. He's got to settle down here and get this next guy, which is Nicky Delmonico, who has been hot all playoffs long. He's going to send a ground ball to Alexander King, the custom player. He's going to make a fine play at first, and Darvish covering gets the final out of the inning. All right, Brett Anderson will toe the rubber to take on Yu Darvish for the New York Pizzazz. Gets an early ground ball here. Wilson makes a nice play. Easy out off of Corey Ray. Brock Holtz coming up as the second batter, the batter number 2. And Bryce Harper's going to get this out as well. So 2 down, and Brandon Lau comes up, the number 3 guy. Gets a base knock up the middle. Doesn't challenge. I've seen some guys here in this GGBL try to challenge that, play to try to get to second base, but he's not biting. Alexander King comes up and laces this double right into the left center field gap. That's going to score Brandon Lau, and Washington takes the early 1-0 lead here in the first. A beautiful swing again by Alexander King, one of the better prospects, better custom players that I've seen so far in year number 1. Brett Anderson makes a nice play to end the inning. Let's go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. We got Alex Jackson, the catcher. Base hit off the wall. That should be a double. Harper gets it back in. That's a 2-out double for Alex Jackson, the All-Star. He's been producing at a high level all season long. Now, next batter up is Joneshwy Fargas. Line drive right over Harper's head. It's literally the exact same location as Alex Jackson, but this is an RBI double for Fargas. That's going to get Washington a 2-0 lead. Will Wilson makes the play there to end the second inning. Now, here's Jake Hager going to strike out. So Yu Darvish pitching well here now in the middle innings. Third inning concludes. Got a runner on first base. Harper up. Double play ball. There you go. There you have it. There you go. So Yu Darvish, again, pitching good, man. Settling down after that first inning. Looked like New York was going to get to him early here. But just as I say that, we're going to the top of the fifth. And this is a home run. A solo shot for Dustin Fowler, 424 feet. This was an absolute no-doubter as well, so they've now cut the lead into half. It's now a 2-1 game. And now here's Fargas again. He loves going to that right side. That's going to drop right in front of Bryce Harper with nobody down. Washington has a chance now to get that run back. Now here's Corey Ray. Line drive right in front of center fielder. Now Fargas is rounding second hard. That's a hard 90, man. Good turn. Love it. Love the aggressiveness by Joneshwy Fargas. And that's going to actually do it for Brett Anderson. Now they're going to rely on De La Rosa, who's been a horse in that bullpen for the Pizzazz all season long. But in the playoffs in 2 2/3, he has not been very good, per se. That 6.7 ERA. Limited sample size, I get it. But either way, got to get it done, right? So he does. He gets an out, but they trade the out for the run with the sac fly. It's now 3-1. Will Crow will come in here in the bottom of the 6th inning, top of the 6th inning, and he gets the job done there. Let's go to that bottom of the 6th inning as De La Rosa strikes out a big batter. That is Alexander King. Now, Will Crow, top 7, Bryce Harper, little pop-up into the infield. Third baseman, Brock Holt, coming in, makes the catch. So both relievers kind of going back and forth here. It's been a reliever battle here in the latter half of this game. We're now in the bottom of the 8th inning. And we got a base hit here again for Washington. De La Rosa starting to lose his grip a little bit. Brandon Lau draws the walk. Now here's a big batter again. Got to get him one more time. That's Alexander King. And a long fly ball to deep left field. That's over the wall. 3-run shot for Alexander King. An absolute no-doubter. That line drive, 406. Didn't travel very far. 400 feet's a long ways, guys. Don't get me wrong here. But that line drive, man, line drive home run, got out quickly, and that is going to do it for game number 1. Washington gets the W 6-1. That's your final score. And we'll take a look here at the box score really quick. Now look at the pitching, man. They shut down New York. Only 3 hits and 1 run scratched across. And Washington just, they laid the lumber on the pizzazz. They got it done. Offensively, they were good. It's kind of, to be honest with you guys, that's kind of the World Series that I'm hoping for. I'll just be honest with you guys. I want Washington and St. Louis. I want chaos. I don't want chalk. But we see here in simulation, so obviously, guys, game 2s are simmed. So we have 1 game of gameplay, which is game 1s, and game 2s are simmed. New York gets a win in simulation, which is big for them. And Carolina gets a win in simulation over St. Louis. So right now you have a 1-1 series, Washington, New York, and a 2-0 series on the NL side with St. Louis and Carolina. So obviously with this series in the AL being 1-1 in Game 3, we have to simulate that game, but we can't simulate it yet because this game is on tap next. So we have to get into this game because it is a 2-0 series. So after this game is done, so this 2-0 series, after this game is done here between the Maroons and the Blue Sox, we will go into New York and Washington and simulate that 1-1 series to get Game 3's result. And then we'll go from there. All right, guys, so let's take a look at Darren McCacken for St. Louis, taking the mound here, gets an early double play after that first base hit. Now Juan Soto comes up. He's going to get a little ground ball here to short. Going to make the play easy. That's a good inning for Darren McCacken going up against Jeff Samardzija. So he's going to need as many outs as he possibly can here because we know that when Carolina went out and tried to get a guy like Jeff Samardzija, they had to give up a good prospect. They really did in order to go get a guy like this because they knew they made a playoffs appearance, you have to have horses in that starting pitching role. And that's what the Shark is going to try to do for him. But so far, so good. 3 up, 3 down for the Shark. And Seiko is coming up here in the top of the second inning. Puts a charge into this one. He's been hitting the ball pretty hard so far in this NLCS. So I'm just waiting for a Seiko home run. But here is Seiko defensively. He's more of an offensive guy. Defensively, he just lets this one. He gave it the old Olay. An absolute whiff job over there by Seiko. But here's Andrew Donovan trying to steal third. You're not Darnell Sweeney, dude. You're not Darnell Sweeney. You're not going to steal that base. Samardzija makes the play here after grounder from Jaron Duran, and we're out of the second inning. All right, let's go to 3-2 count here in the top of the third. That's going to be a base hit for Luis Arias. It's going to score the run. It's going to take off for second, but Sweeney can't get the throw. I mean, I don't know. He could have, if it was a little more competitive, a little more accurate, you probably could have had him there. But either way, it is a double, RBI double for Luis Arias, and this one's going to fall in as well. Another Carolina run is going to score. It is 2-0 here now in the top of the third. Let's go to the bottom of the third inning. Little ground ball. Seiko makes the little flip over there to second. Second back to first. That's Arias to Akemi, and they team up for the double play. Now look at this play. A little dive out there by Pedro Leon, but oh no! They're going for 2! And Jaron, oh man, Kendall Simmons trying to be aggressive there. Didn't pay off. It's just too shallow. Just way too shallow to go out there and attempt something like that. I don't know. Just some questionable base running decisions here by St. Louis. 2-0 game, 2-out double. That's going to lead Pedro Leon an opportunity, but he's going to strike out. So good job by McCacken to settle it down there and get the strikeout. Now here is another stolen base attempt by St. Louis. This one's going to work. That's C.J. Abrams with the steal. Now here's a ground ball to Seiko. Makes the throw across the diamond for the third out in the fourth inning. All right, St. Louis just trying to keep battling. Keep battling, guys. Just got to keep fighting. You're only down 2-0. It's not the end of the world. That's going to be a good strikeout by Shun Yamaguchi. That pushes this 2-0 lead here to the bottom of the fifth inning. So it still continues to give St. Louis a chance. But here is a, wow, that's a deep shot there, and it's a triple. It's a triple. Bottom of the fifth triple, a leadoff triple, no less, by Kyle Tucker. Now, Jaron Duran's going to take this pitch. It was really close, but Jeff Samardzija is going to walk him. Now, Patrick Kivlahan going to lace this right to second base. That would have definitely scored the run and moved the runners up a bag, but that's going to be caught. Now, this base knock by Francisco Alvarez is going to score that run, guys. They've cut the lead down to 2-1 with runners on first and second. With 2 down, Sweeney comes up. That's a base hit right in front of Soto. That's going to score the run, too. It is now tied. Darnell Sweeney, man. What else is there to say about Darnell Sweeney? This guy, it seems like every time we watch him, he's doing something special. I think I said that last episode. But it's true, guys. It's true. I only tell you the truth here on this channel. All right, Brandon Waddle going to check in against Andrew Donovan. He's going to strike him out looking. 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. We got Kyle Tucker coming up, and that's a fly ball out. Man, the offense just struggling right now for the Maroons. They got to get something cooking here in this latter half of the game. We're starting to run out of outs here if you guys are rooting for the Maroons. We're in the top 7th inning. We've got, ooh, nice play there by Austin Bryce. That's going to end the 7th. Ooh, nice defense there. Let's jump to the top of the 8th here with 2 down. Juan Soto lifting a little fly ball. That's tailing away from Sweeney, but he's given chase. He dives. He can't make the play. That's a surefire triple. Sweeney gets the ball in, but oh no! Soto's rounding third, headed for home, and the throw is offline. That's going to be an inside the park home run. That is unreal, man. That is unreal. So here's the situation. We are now in the bottom of the 9th inning. Still a 3-2 game. Tommy Canley coming on and strike out Joey Wendell. That's not a good way to start this inning. You got to try to avoid. You need 1 run to keep yourself alive. You need 1 freaking run. Line drive to Luis Arias to avoid a 3-0 series deficit. But not going to happen, guys. St. Louis can't get anything done here in the bottom of the 9th inning, and Carolina is now staked out to a 3-0 lead. Yikes. Yowzers. That one hurt. St. Louis, again, stuck with them, man. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors. You know, they stuck with Carolina, but Carolina came up clutch, and St. Louis didn't. That's really what it comes down to, guys. So there's your updated bracket up on the screen. 3-0 Carolina, 1-1 here Washington, New York. We will simulate this game because it is a tie. It's a 1-1 tie. If it was 2-0, we would go into gameplay, but it is 1-1. So we will simulate this and see what happens, and it is a 9-3 Washington win. 2 errors for New York. There's your box score really quickly. You can see Brock Holt had himself a day, 3 for 5. He had Brandon Lau and Joey Votto hitting a home run each. Reinheimer had a double as well. And when we look at New York's offense with 7 hits, we look at Bryce Harper went 0 for 3. He's hitting 250 in the playoffs. So definitely a far cry from what he was doing in the season, hitting 360. So this is definitely not the type of production that New York needs the league MVP to have if they want to advance into the World Series. So there's your updated bracket, guys. 2-1 Washington, 3-0 Carolina. We are going to figure out if the Blue Sox are advancing here or not, or if St. Louis can keep it going. They need one game. They need to take one game at a time. They got Nick Allgaier, so they're relying on Nick Allgaier to keep them within this thing. Shane Bieber just not healthy enough to give it a go quite yet. All right, Mike Leake on the mound. Should be an easy fly ball, but Pedro Leon, who's been kind of a screw-up here so far in this NLCS, is going to let this thing drop. He fires it back in, but take a look at this. Joey Wendell gets a inside the Parker of his own. This is ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous with this stadium. What is happening at Gateway Park? It's unreal, guys. So here we go, top of the second inning, runners on second and third, a base knock here, and that's going to score 2. And remember when I was talking about how Pedro Leon is a screw-up? Well, he makes up for it, but oh my God. It's like every time, I'm at a loss for words. Simply put, I'm at a loss for words. I want to call him that he's jinxing me and I'm jinxing him. There's something going on between me and Pedro Leon here. What's happening? Every time I call him out for screwing up, he does something good, and then every time I praise him, then he screws up again. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with Pedro Leon and I. But it's a 2-1 game here still. Nice play out there in left field. And we do get Darnell Sweeney on base here in the bottom of the third inning, and he's going to steal this bag easily. And you've got to know that he's going again, right? Look at this. Ball in the dirt, and he's going to go again. So Jorge Alfaro just cannot throw out Darnell Sweeney. He gets himself into scoring position here with a sac fly opportunity. And that throw from Pedro Leon is not going to be even close. This game is now tied 2-2. Still in the bottom of the third inning, Kyle Tucker with now runners on first and second. Going to drive this thing all the way to the wall to the right field corner. And that's going to score 2. It's now 4-2 St. Louis. Again, you need as many runs as you possibly can against Carolina because you know that they are going to try to get a push of their own. Strikeout here. Nice pitch by Nick Allgaier. But we do get JT Shargoy coming on here in the bottom of the 6th. Again, more runners on base for St. Louis. And a little looping fly ball to center fielder. That's going to get the run home. It is now 5-2 St. Louis. Now's the time you need to push. Here's Darnell Sweeney. Long fly ball. Deep to right center. Nobody's giving chase. That baby's gone. Bottom 7th. Solo home run. Sweeney takes Shargoy deep. He has been a hell of a player here for the St. Louis Maroons all season long, and he keeps it going. Solo shot. That means Sam Freeman's coming on here in the 9th inning, guys. It is 6-2. Little comebacker, and Sam Freeman's going to make the play. Game is over, guys. St. Louis forces a game number 5. Game number 5. So we'll see them again tomorrow morning for part 2. Just when you thought that Carolina was going to solve this thing and finalize and advance and sweep St. Louis, the team of destiny holds on for just another day. Right, so we'll take a look at them and see if they are that team of destiny, if they can rattle off a 3-0 deficit, if they can come back and win this whole thing. Who knows? Who knows? We'll find out, though. We'll find out, though, in part number 2 tomorrow. All right, let's get to New York and Washington, which means we'll have to see these guys in the next episode as well, because this is a 2-1 series lead for Washington. So either it's going to be 3-1 Washington or it's going to be tied 2-2 We'll have to find out here at the very end of this episode. But we got Alexei Shevchuk out there on the mound. He has been pitching good in the playoffs so far, but in this one against Washington, he's already given up 2 base hits with 1 down, and now we've got a dire situation now for New York because it's Alexander King getting a knuckleball right down the middle, and Bryce Harper can't make the play. At least 1 run is going to score here. They're going to hold the runner at third, though. That's an interesting call by Washington's third base coach. I thought they probably should have sent him there, try to get 2, but another knuckleball just right down the middle, and Joey Votto sends a deep fly ball to center field, but that play is going to be made by Dustin Fowler, and it's going to be 2-0 early here in the top of the first. It just has not been very effective outing here for Shevchuk. Another ball right down the middle, and this is going to be over Harper's head again. So it's 3-0 with a Duggar double with 2 down in the top of the first. And this isn't over. It's not over yet. Here's another base hit. Up the middle. Got to make a play here. Center fielder Fowler throws it in, and not in time. It's 4-0 Washington. It's still not over. Well, now it is. Finally, the bleeding stops. And Kyle Gibson with a 4-0 lead. You know he's really loving that, right? You know he's really enjoying that. He feels like he can go attack some of the hitters now, right? Well, you still got to be careful. You still got to be very, very careful. New York still has a pretty good offense, and Will Wilson sends this over the fence. 356-foot shot to cut it to a 3-run deficit. It's 4-1. Bryce Harper going to ground out here, so Kyle Gibson gets his man. And then Nicky Delmonico going to strike out as well for the final out of the inning. Now, Corey Ray says, that's all right, New York. You got that home run. I'm going to get one, too. So it's still a 4-run lead now for Washington. And Shevchuk just can't get these guys out. He's struggling tonight. Or today, depending on what time it is. It looks like it's like a 5 o'clock game or something in the playoffs here in New York. 5-1 lead here for Washington. Base hits. Sam Travis up. He gets a line drive into the gap. Right center field. That should score a run. Should. We'll see if the throw comes on in here. Here comes the throw. Not in time. 5-2 game. New York, like we said, trying to come back a little bit, but Kyle Gibson got to be more careful. He's going to get Jake Hager to strike out. A little ground ball from Garrett Mitchell. A little flip to second for the final out. It's still a 5-2 game. Now 1 down with runners on the corners. 3-1 count. Going to get a ground ball. And Shevchuk looked at third, decided to go to second. They turned the double play. Wow, if they don't get that double play, it's 6-2. Interesting play call by Shevchuk. Interesting decision, I should say. But either way, it worked. So can't fault him for that. So they do get the double play. Now Will Wilson going to get a single in the bottom of the third inning. Now here's Bryce Harper. Ground ball, back up the middle. That's a base knock. And now New York has something cooking here, guys. 5-2 game. Nobody down. 2 runners on. Nicky Delmonico. Ground ball. Votto. Back to short. Over to first. Double play. Now, pressure's cooking here for New York. Got to get something going. Got to get an RBI, man. Got to get a hit. But Gibson is going to get Longoria to ground out to him. And that's going to do it for Shevchuk's outing as we go to the top of the 4th inning. De La Rosa has been a guy that they've heavily relied on in the playoffs, like I mentioned before. But look at Shevchuk's line. 3 innings, 9 hits, 5 earned, only 1 strikeout, and 69 pitches. I can't even say nice because it was just a bad outing. It was a bad outing. But we get a ground ball here. Another double play ball. There's been a lot of them. Both teams getting a lot of double play balls. But here is Joey Votto. Ground ball back off of De La Rosa. It goes into foul territory. Carries off into foul territory. First baseman Sam Travis tries to make the play. Can't get the tag. Just really goofy stuff happening in that little at-bat right there. That little play. Full count here to Alex Jackson. He draws the walk. All right. Bases juiced now. 1 down. Here is Reinheimer. Going to lift a little looping fly ball to right. It's going to land right at the line. And that's going to score another run. Maybe 2. Make it 8-2, guys. And as we jump forward, it is 10-4 in the bottom of the 9th inning. But we get a base knock. If you're a New York fan, you like this. Because now, with 1 out in a 5-run game, a 3-run homer would be huge. But take a look. We got Evan Longoria shooting a ball to the right field side at the wall. It is now 10-6. All right, so they got a little something cooking here. Full count. Sam Travis draws the walk. Uh-oh. Gerson Bautista feeling the pressure a little bit because he's got to get his man here. In a 10-6 game, a home run, a grand slam could have tied the game, but that's going to do the job just as well. 10-7 game. 3-run homer could tie it. Then you still got 1 out left to play with. You could possibly win it on back-to-back home runs. Could happen, but Jose Trevino takes this pitch inside, guys. 3-2 count, and Gerson Bautista. Got to make your best pitch right here. Trevino, long fly ball, deep to left. Vargas at the track and makes the catch. Oof. Trevino gave it a ride, and that's all you can ask for, man. That's all you can ask for. It's tough, dude. It's tough hitting a baseball. So, hats off to Trevino for just giving it a chance, giving it a ride. But, man, New York drops this one. It's a tough one to lose. They had 17 hits today. They out-hit Washington, but they didn't outscore them. 10-7 is your final score. So we now have a Washington 3-1 lead over New York and a 3-1 lead Carolina over St. Louis. So that'll be a very short part number 2, guys, if that's the case. If we get Carolina wins and Washington wins. So might be a little foreshadowing for you, might be a little hint, might be a little spoiler for you guys, but I'm sure that you will be here tomorrow morning to check out the video, and I will see you guys in that one. Remember, Saturday we are going to be live streaming the World Series. So by the time that tomorrow's upload is done and over with, we'll know who advances, and we'll get all hyped and ready for it, and we'll see what happens, guys. So leave a like if you like this thing. I will see you in the next one. As always, thank you for watching, and